Hello everyone. When we wake up in the morning, the first thing we expect to get a nice cup of tea, a hot tea, to get ourselves active and energetic throughout the day. Tea has become a part of our everyday life, and George Orwell says it has become a part of civilization in England, Ireland, New Zealand, and Australia. But if we check the cookery books, we cannot see the instructions to make a nice cup of tea. Whatever the instructions given, they are not enough. It's only sketchy instructions. Why? George Orwell, the English novelist and essayist, says a nice cup of tea can be made by applying these 11 rules. He is discussing 11 golden rules to make nice cup of tea. This essay was published in the year 1946 after the Second World War got over. And let us see what are the 11 golden points.
Hello everyone. Rule number 1. The author says that one should drink Indian or Ceylonese tea. China tea is cheaper, but one does not feel more optimistic after drinking it.
Orwell says tea, a nice cup of tea means Indian tea. We all know that Indian tea and Ceylonese tea are very famous throughout the world. China tea is good, but he says China tea doesn't give much stimulation. After drinking China tea, one doesn't feel wiser, braver, or optimistic. So, Indian tea is more energetic and it gives more stimulation.
Rule number 2. Tea should always be made in a small quantities. Also, the tea should be made of a china or earthenware.
The author says tea should be made in china or earthenware. It should be made in a small teapot, not in a big urn or in cauldron. In army, they make tea in cauldron, in big vessel, because they need more quantity. But when we make tea in cauldron, it comes with the taste of whitewash or grease. So earthenware or chinaware are better to use to make tea, not the silverware or Britanniaware.
Rule number 3. The author says that the teapot should be warmed beforehand. This should be done by placing it on the hob.
Before we start making tea, we should keep the teapot on the hob to get it warmed. Normally, people pour some hot water and rinse the teapot with that water. But the author refers this method to keep the teapot on the hob to make it warmed. Why? Maybe this is the reason. When we pour suddenly more hot water into the teapot, it may crack. So it's better to warm the teapot beforehand.
Rule number 4. The tea should be fairly strong. For example, if you are going to fill up in a 1 liter container till the brim, you need to put a 6 teaspoon of tea in it.
This is a very important point. Why do we drink tea? To get stimulated, to be energetic. So our tea should be strong. The author says 1 strong cup of tea is equal to 20 weak teas. If we drink tea which is less strong, what will happen? We will tend to drink more tea. So what is the measurement? If we add 1 liter of water in teapot up to the brim, we should pour in 6 teaspoons. 6 teaspoons of tea. Here he says tea means it's not tea powder, it is tea leaves, dried tea leaves. And 6 teaspoons of tea should be poured into the teapot.
Rule number 5. The tea should be put straight into the cup. There should be no strainers or muslin bags.
And he says tea leaves should be poured in straight away. we should not use any muslin bags or filters to filter the tea leaves. It should be put in straight into the teapot.
Rule number 6. The tea should be boiling at the moment when the tea is being transferred from the teapot to the cup.
After the tea is put in the teapot, we should pour in the hot water into the teapot. And at that moment, the water should be boiling. So it should be taken from the flame and poured into the water. The time of impact, the water should be boiling.
Rule number 7. After the tea is ready, the teapot should be shaken and then the leaves should be allowed to settle down.
Once we feel that tea is ready, we should give a good shake to the teapot so that all the tea leaves will infuse in the water and then allow the tea leaves to settle down. It will add taste to the tea.
Rule number 8. Over here, the author advises the people to drink tea in a good breakfast cup and not in a flat, shallow one.
When the tea is ready, this is the cup, cylindrical cup. He refers this cylindrical cup should be used, not the cup which with wider brim. If the cup is wider, what will happen? Half the way when we drink tea, the tea gets cold. So it is better to use the cylindrical cup and it will retain the heat till we complete the tea.
Rule number 9. The cream should be removed from the milk before it is poured into the tea because creamy milk gives it a very sickly taste.
Before we pour the milk into the teapot, what we should do, we should remove the cream from the milk. Otherwise, it will give tea a sickly taste.
Rule number 10. The author believes that the tea should be poured first because then the drinker can regulate the amount of milk in the tea.
There are two ways of thinking. One is the milk should be poured first. The other one is tea should be poured first. He recommends tea should be poured first so that we can add milk and we can regulate the amount of milk what we need for a strong and good tea.
Rule number 11. The author strictly prohibits people from putting sugar in their tea. He thinks that if sugar is put in the tea, the true taste of a tea is destroyed.
This is the most controversial point. Most of the people in the world drink tea with sugar, but the author says tea should be drunk without sugar in Russian style. The purpose of drinking tea is spoiled when we add sugar in tea. So it's better to avoid sugar and drink tea. A true tea lover will not add sugar in it. Some people may argue we need only stimulation from tea, so to avoid that tea taste we add sugar. For those people, the other advices, you drink tea for 15 days without sugar, and after that you will not like to drink tea with sugar. These are the 11 golden points he discusses, and let us prepare the tea the way he has discussed, and let us drink tea with good taste and with good stimulation. Thank you for watching.